All right, we're live. So welcome back to Dapp University. So today we got a lot to talk about in our stream. We're going to start off by looking at the crypto markets, looking at Ethereum in particular and how it looks strong, okay? We're going to look at that. We're going to look at a lot of other news updates that have happened since our live stream yesterday. Again, we do these live streams Monday through Friday in this channel. Just turn on notifications, subscribe. You'll find out about those whenever we go live. We're going to answer some of your questions and a lot more. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn how to master blockchain step by step, start to finish, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. Last but not least, like nothing I'm saying this to videos designed to be financial advice, and there's lots of scammers down in the comment section below. Like, I'm never going to give you my phone number on YouTube or ask you to invest with me. That's absolutely crazy. So yeah, people jump in the chat here. We got, let's see, M90, Automatic Beats, Shenny, I hope I'm saying that right. Crypto Kings, ENIAC, Akshaya, I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. So the crypto markets look like they are in a recovery from the crash that we saw last weekend. We talked about that in our live stream yesterday, but I want to talk about how ETH in particular is looking really strong inside this recovery. Let me see if I can get my camera to work here. Sorry, everybody. Sometimes when I restart my computer, my streaming software decides to stop detecting my camera properly. So let me just... Perfect. There we go. Awesome. So let me pull up the Ether chart here. So Ether in particular looks like it's having a strong recovery. Okay, so we're back above $4,400. So I want to tell you why I think this, and kind of look at a pattern that I'm seeing play out with other cryptos. So first of all, it's just, fundamentals. You have to have the fundamental conviction that the crypto markets are going to trend higher. I talk about that a lot in this channel. Why do I think that? Well, the short answer is really adoption. The longer answer is you're creating technology that's actually valuable, that has demand, and cryptocurrencies integrated into that. And as more people use the technology, that makes the cryptocurrency prices go up long term. Generally speaking, that correlates with it, okay? So that's the first assumption. The other assumption is last weekend, the blow up that happened, mostly what had to do with just leverage in the system getting flushed out. Okay, we talk about that a lot. And if that's the case, the fundamentals are still strong and the leverage bubble blew up, then I personally went in and bought more during that dip at about $3,700 per Ether. So that being said, with those assumptions, let's look at or do the charts, do the future as it's playing out, since we made those predictions about right here, seem to confirm that. Well, it does seem to confirm that because what we're seeing here, again, I'm not a big technical analyst. I don't like try to look short-term price predictions based on what the charts look like. But what we're seeing here is a low, a peak, and then a dip, and then a higher low. Okay, and now it looks like we're forming a higher low. It looks like we're probably, in my opinion, one of the most likely scenarios is that we're going to get a higher high. So we're seeing a higher high, higher high. If we can continue to get higher highs and lower lows, then that looks like a pretty convincing trend reversal in that short time frame to get higher cryptocurrency prices over the next several weeks, months. We're seeing the similar type of thing play out in the Bitcoin market right now. It's a little less convincing than what's happening with the Ethereum price right now. Okay, we saw this big jump off, but roughly the same trend here. Okay, and so both of those looks pretty correlated. You're seeing less volatility in the Bitcoin price relative to the Ether price, but part of that also can't just be a function of market cap. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? What do you think is going to happen to the crypto markets in the next several weeks? Are we going to get this massive parabolic blow off top that everybody's looking for, in Q4 2021? Or are we just going to, is it something else? So we can also check on the ETH to BTC ratio because that's something that's really interesting compared to what's been in the past. Basically, the ETH to BTC ratio is climbing up quite a bit. Okay, we're at 0.08. Basically, this is comparing the Ethereum price to the Bitcoin price. Essentially, what this is showing is that Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. And people watch this metric a lot because they want to know if ETH is going to flip Bitcoin and actually become the #1 market cap cryptocurrency. Like if you go to this website, if you're going to rank these cryptocurrencies in order, Bitcoin is here because all the Bitcoin in the world is the most valuable. All the Bitcoin in the world is more valuable than Ethereum, than Binance Coin, than Tether, than Solana, et cetera, et cetera. So the whole point here is if ETH BTC ratio climbs up enough and ETH outperforms, then the market cap could flip, and then it would be the #1 cryptocurrency market cap. I do think it's possible. I've said that for a long time on this channel. If it does flip it relatively soon in the grand scheme of things, I don't know if it'd be a permanent flip, but I do think it's possible because you can just do a lot more with ETH than you can with Bitcoin. People like smart contracts. So the other thing to think about is in terms of market cap, if the Ethereum price doubled right now and the Bitcoin price didn't do anything, ETH would flip Bitcoin. Now, that's probably not going to happen. Like, Bitcoin's probably not going to just stay here while ETH rockets off to $9,000. But ETH could go to $10,000 and Bitcoin only goes to like $60,000, and then we're getting pretty close to the similar scenario. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, let's look at some of the other updates that have happened in this space since yesterday. The first thing I want to talk about is actually not a retraction from something that we reported yesterday, but it's like a big flip-flop in the news here. So we talked about something yesterday that looks like it was... It wasn't our fault that we took it. We didn't take it out of context or something. We literally read the reports verbatim, but it was bad reporting that we picked up. I think everybody had the same story. This was circulating everywhere online. So basically, we got this tweet came out yesterday. So there was an inaccurate reporting about OpenSea's plans. So let me set the record straight. There's a big gap between thinking about what an IPO might eventually look like and actively planning one. So we're not planning an IPO, and if we ever did, we would look to involve the community. So we're on day 3 now talking about OpenSea and their potential plans to IPO release a token. So backstory on this. Yesterday, we saw a news story in several media outlets that said, we brought on a new CFO for OpenSea, planning IPO. And this is saying like, hey, this is way too strong. Like, we're not necessarily planning an IPO. There's a difference between actively thinking about one and planning one. So it's funny because it goes back to our conversation about OpenSea. Are they going to release a token? Are they going to IPO? We talked about what the pros and cons of each of those could be. And I have a feeling whenever the IPO news came out, you probably had a lot of community members say like, hey, like, that's not fair. It's like the antithesis of Web 3.0. And you're probably just going to sell shares to people, who have no, don't use OpenSea at all. And what about us, the community members? Like, they want an airdrop, basically. And they want an OpenSea token. To have more of a Web 3.0 community. And I have a feeling saw some unhappy community members at that announcement, and this is probably one of the reasons that we're seeing this expressed. So another reason that people are talking about this, another reason this is relevant is people are asking me, what are some projects that could potentially release tokens later that don't have one now that might retroactively reward tokens based upon, early adoption. And OpenSea is a good example of that. So OpenSea could be one of those protocols that decides to launch a token that has some utility in the ecosystem, whether it's a DAO, whether it's a TCR, I don't know what it is, right? But likely does something in the ecosystem so that it is hopefully bodes well with regulations that they could retroactively airdrop to early adopters. And we've seen lots of airdrops in the past, like the Uniswap airdrop, the ENS airdrop that happened lately, 1inch, DYDX, lots of people. In many cases, people are getting 5 figures of cryptocurrency for free just for using the products, like $10,000 plus. Okay, so somebody says ETH looking like he's ready for a dump. We'll wait and see. So let's just see here. So there's some pretty big news on the NFT front, okay, and also some speculations here. So basically, talking about OpenSea, it's a common thread here, OpenSea plus their competitors. So OpenSea is an NFT marketplace. We see lots of other people throwing their name in the hat to become, NFT marketplaces. They're seeing how much of a killing, OpenSea is making, and that just sort of dangles a carrot for lots of people to come into the space and try to capture some of that market share. So Coinbase has definitely talked about that, with their NFT platform. I believe blockchain.com has also talked about launching theirs. So everybody's just trying to race to get into this. I'm about Coinbase saying that their NFT business could be bigger than their crypto business. So we saw an announcement come out yesterday that it gives us a great pride to announce our partnership with the kings and queens of the Lion's Den. So basically, a partnership with Lazy Lions. All right, so this is an NFT project, and we did see the Lazy Lions project floor price respond to this news. Let's just look it up here. So you can track their price here and watch the floor price. Okay, so speaking of the NFTs, I also saw this come out yesterday, talking about how this could be pretty crazy. Some of the if GameStop drops the Ethereum announcement soon, it's literally game over for Bitcoin. The GME apes will also make the ratio go nuts. So we talk about the ETH to BTC ratio and how ETH could really, kind of melt faces relatively soon on the grand scheme of things, outperform Bitcoin, all that type of stuff. They're saying here one big catalyst for this could basically be if GameStop drops some sort of announcement with Ethereum. So I don't know exactly what the announcement they're referring to is, but one thing I think they're talking about is this. So we've talked about some on the channel before, but if you look at nft.gamestop.com, they've talked about how they have put together a team to basically create something, NFT related. So I have a feeling this has got to do with Ethereum. I mean, it's got an Ethereum logo and everything. I never saw the final product from this. I don't know if they've released it yet. I don't think more news. But basically, they're talking about welcoming exceptional engineers, Solidity, React, Python, designers, gamers, marketers, and community leaders. And they're building their NFT team to launch something super secret at GameStop. And you can actually look at it on Etherscan. Let's just take a look. So you can actually see the transactional Etherscan. So it's a token. So it's a GME token. We can look at it. Game on Anon. So let's see what it is. It's an NFT. I've looked at this before. I just forgotten exactly what it is. You can see actual transactions. So people have been trying to interact with it. I'm not sure. So see, can you read the contract? Can you just have a mint? You can read the launch date. Let's see if we can find that out. Let's just copy this. I'm going to look it up. Let's see here. That's the thing that's weird is the launch date is listed as this, the 14th of July, 2021. That's in the past. So I'm not sure what it is. I had to do some more research. I don't want to try to mess around with it too much, waste too much time on the stream here, but y'all can do some research and see if you can figure out when the GameStop launch is supposed to be. let's see here. I think Polygon will track the same as ETH. No clue. So we're also seeing more breadcrumbs from other major game studios. So like Ubisoft, introducing Ubisoft Quartz, we're bringing the first ever energy efficient NFTs playable in AAA game to Ghost Recon Breakpoint. All right, try it in beta from December 9th with free cosmetic drops to learn more. So this looks like it's basically got to do with in-game items as NFTs. And let's just put it this way, Ubisoft is no small player. Somebody said, do you think ETH sidechains like Polygon will continue to fulfill a need after layer 2 adoption like ZK Sync, or will it become irrelevant? So it depends on what you mean by irrelevant. So basically, the question is how much, how much usage will it get? So part of that, you have to think about that in real usage versus like compared to everything else. So crypto right now is at a $2.5 trillion market cap. It's $2.5 trillion asset class. Okay. So, it can be a $200 trillion market cap asset class. All right. And so how does that happen? Well, that happens from a flood of people coming in to use the technology and also buy the cryptocurrencies, or both. All right. So whenever that flood of people come in, there's a big pie. All right. And in my opinion, the places where you have the strongest network effects are going to attract more people, and the percentage of usage will likely go up even, depending on what it is, depending on what the current percentage is, right? But for stuff that has smaller network effects, it can still gain users and see net increase, but may not at the same rate of increase as some of the things that have more network effects. So there could be projects in crypto right now that, let's say crypto, boomed to this $200 trillion market cap. They might grow a little bit and then die off a little bit, but still have about the same number of users as they are now and still hold value. Okay, that's just an extreme example. Like, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but the entire space goes up 20, 50, 100x, even small stuff now can stay small long term, even if this massive pie, is grown over here. Okay. So that's just something to think about. Like, so even if we have, let's just say, to answer your question, that we have a layer 2 roll-ups future, right? So what's going to happen on these sidechains? Well, the sidechains still may have a loyal community that operates and actively maintains it and does it. Maybe sidechains are part of the future. There's lots of possibilities out there. I'm still betting on a more roll-up centric future, simply because I don't have a good reason not to think that. That's like what a lot of the vision is that Vitalik put forth. So actually, his video coming out later, maybe on Monday or later this week, something like that, about his paper that he just published on the end game of blockchains, and their scaling and how they're going to work, all that type of stuff, and how Ethereum is really well positioned to adapt to any of those possible outcomes, and what that would look like. So definitely subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if I thought about that whenever it goes live. That's right, fruit roll-ups. Can I say happy birthday to Frank? So I can't pronounce your last name, Frank. Sorry. I could try. Says this is from Brazil. So if it's Portuguese, then I'm going to do a pretty bad job. So would Devs need to change anything about their smart contracts for their NFTs to be recognizable in the Coinbase NFT platform? I highly doubt it. So somebody says the live stream cut during the congressional hearing. Anyone get a solid feed? Yeah, that's a good question. Let me just see here. So we have seen this, this week, Congress and crypto. This week is many of us have been waiting for. Tomorrow, 6 crypto executives from the largest companies will testify in front of the House Financial Services Committee. Here's a deep dive of what to expect and key members to watch. So one important note is that the hearing will be more likely not be the last. So similar to the Robinhood hearings with the executives testifying first, expect follow-up hearings. So basically, here are the key players and what to watch out for. I'll put a link to this down in the description below. I'm not going to go through this whole thing right now, but we'll probably have an update on this once we get some clarity after the hearing has finished. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there for today, a little bit early. As always, smash the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That really helps the videos out so that more people can learn about blockchain. And if you're as fast with this technology as I am, you want to get your hands dirty, I can get you started today. Well, you can go to my YouTube homepage. You can find any of my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you want to take a master shortcut entirely, I can show you become a blockchain master step-by-step start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. And until next time, thanks.